Hi there, my name is Gavin Fontenot, founder at flagfootballadvice.com. Today I'll be taking you through a tutorial on how to set up your account and use our Roster Right program, the online draft and team automation tool. This tool was designed to try and minimize team imbalancing across recreational leagues. We know a lot of leagues do drafts and they do stat tracking for their players to give them ratings and try to make their team more fair. We built this platform to allow leagues to perform drafts with their coaches and maximize the balance across their league. First thing you're going to want to do when you're setting up your Roster Right account is you're going to want to come to our homepage at flagfootballadvice.com. On there, the top banner for leagues, you'll be able to hover over and select the Roster Right selection. This landing page will bring you to the full description of Roster Right, and you can come here if you would like to and read more about Roster Right. But for the sake of this instructional video, I'll just be showing you how to set up the account and start performing a draft. So the first thing you want to do is going to be select access the platform. From here, it will prompt you to either log in or create an account. If you don't have an account with us already, you're going to create an account. When creating an account, you're going to want to enter your full name, your email address, and your password. For your email address, I suggest using your league's email address. If you don't have a league email address or you prefer to use your personal, you can do that as well. So I'll enter my name, I enter my email, and I'll create an account. So upon creating your account, you'll be able to see the draft dashboard. This is where you will host all of your drafts and do all of your league side configurations to actually set up your draft. Once I do the first steps of creating the league, I'll walk us through each section of the draft portal and explain what each section does and where you would use each section. First thing you want to do is create your league. You want to enter your league name. I'll do Louisiana Flag Football. You create your league, you want to create your first season. I'll just keep this as spring 2026, and I'll keep the start date the same, and I'll do an 8-week season. And then when you create your season here, you will be brought back to the main dashboard. So from here, you can see your league and then select your seasons. Reasons why we do seasons is because a lot of leagues want to keep their draft data and information from previous seasons. Whenever you want to create a new draft or new season, all you have to do is go through the create new season function. You don't have to worry about creating an entire new account and new league to do your new drafts. Make sure you're on the proper season. And then now I can see my league here, and I don't have any drafts set up yet. When I do set up the drafts, they'll be here. So the first thing I like to do when setting up an account is setting up my league branding. On the branding section on the left side of the draft dashboard, you'll be able to see where to import your logo. So I'll just go ahead and import my logo. Also on here, you can select your colors for your league as well. Okay, so now that that's configured, I have my league logo set up now. The first thing you're going to want to do is create a new draft. When you create a new draft, you're going to get brought to the configure draft section. Here is where you're going to select your league, select your season, and name your draft. For the sake of this, I'll just name this 8U Draft Spring Season. And you can name it whatever you want. And then I'll put the division 8U. Sport is flag football. The next part of the configure draft section is a pretty important part. This is going to be where you're going to determine whether you would like to do a manual draft or an auto draft. Manual draft is where you're going to invite coaches and you're going to perform the draft as you would if it was a physical draft with the coaches making the picks to assign the teams. An auto draft would be if you were to just let the algorithm manually assign the teams based on the kid's skill ranking for maximum parity across your teams. So manual draft or auto draft, most people are going to do manual draft, so that's what I'll be showing you. On the draft settings, underneath the initial how the draft will run selection, you will configure some settings about your draft. For your roster size, this is obviously how big you're going to allow each team to have their rosters. When you're configuring your roster size, make sure that the players that you upload and the amount of teams that you have do not exceed the roster size, meaning you have 4 teams, you have a max roster size of 10 per team, you can only have 40 players uploaded into the platform. You cannot upload more than the max roster size will allow. So I'll do 10. For max protected players, this will be how many players you're going to allow to be locked to a team before the draft. Some leagues they let coaches bring up to 2 players. Some leagues let coaches bring up to 5, whatever your league does. It doesn't have to be exact. Let's say you do 3, but you have one team that has 4. You can put this at 4 and you can still just do 3 players on the protected picks internally, knowing that your max is 3. So I'll just do 3 here. Seconds per pick. Our platform is designed to have maximum efficiency with the drafts. Here, you want to select the amount of time that each coach is going to have to make a draft pick. If you do 120 seconds and you have the auto pick recommended enabled, when 120 seconds is up, and if you have skills enabled for your draft, then algorithm will auto pick the highest ranked skill player available for that coach's pick if they run out of time. So we'll keep it at 120. This is how you will determine the first round pick order. You can do a skill balance, randomized, or manual. Skill balance will be after you assign your protected picks. If you want to have the first order determined based on weakest to strongest, this will put the weakest team picking first and the strongest team picking last. Randomized is self-explanatory. It will be a randomized pick order, or manual will be you can select the order yourself. I'll just do manual for this example. Pick order pattern is actually the type of draft that you're going to do. A snake draft is when the order reverses each round. So for example, if you had 4 teams, the first order would be team 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be round 1. And then round 2 would be 4, 3, 2, 1. So it'd be reversed. So it's like a snake in the formation that the draft goes. Second is standard, which means instead of it going 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, it would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 every round. And then parity mode is a new mode that we developed that is strategically made with maximum parity in mind. After your first round pick is up, or after each round is finished, the algorithm will calculate who has the weakest team based on the averages that the platform will give the team based on their picks. And that team will pick first in the order. The team with the strongest team will pick last. Each round, the order is different based on each team's skill ranking. For the sake of this setup, I'll do a snake draft. Your player skill categories. This section you're going to change whenever you go to upload players. These are the standard presets that we have set up right now. You'll get to this in the next step when we go to upload the players. From here, you'll be able to set up how many teams you have. I'll do 4 teams here just for simplicity stakes. You can name your teams whatever you'd like. Coach name, this is optional as well. Now we have everything configured that we would like to do on how we want to run our draft. And from here, you're going to save and upload. So after your draft is configured, you're going to get brought to the upload players section. This is where you'll upload your actual players to be a part of the draft. So when looking at this, you have 3 different routes you can go. One is if you rate your players by skills and you already have their ratings, you'll select this section if you want to have the skills in the draft platform. 2 is if you don't do any skill ratings and you just have the coaches draft by names only on the draft platform, you'll select this. And 3 is a new feature that we just created, is if you want to host your combine inside of our platform to have the stats automatically populated, you'll select the Planet Combine version of uploading the players. For this, I'll do the rate by skill section. From here, you're going to want to select what skill things you would like to have tracked. You can change this to whatever fits your league. So I'll just do height, keep that one, fetching, speed. And this is custom to you, and you can also determine how you want each level to be weighted. So from here, you'll save the changes. And then after you save everything on this, you're going to begin creating your custom template based on what things you want inside the platform. Setting up your custom template, you're always going to need player name on the template. All these other options are optional. For this draft, I'm going to do date of birth, which is good for the coaches to have to see. Jersey size, which is also good for the coaches to see after the draft, because they'll have an ability to export their rosters so they can save that and have their jersey sizes whenever jerseys get handed out. The contact name as well for the parent is also good for the coaches, so that way they can save that and begin contacting them right away, and that eliminates the step for you having to send that to them. Notes, if you want to put anything you want to put about the player, you don't have to put it for every player, but if you wanted a notes section. Siblings section, our platform has an ability to link players as siblings. When they're linked as siblings, when one sibling gets picked, the other gets picked as well, so that way they stay together. Whenever a team picks them, they get 2 picks in one round. Since they get 2 picks in one round, they lose their next round's draft pick. So that way the other teams catch up to them having 2 picks in one round. If you wanted to do a bib and a player ID, if you guys do a combine and y'all have bib numbers for each player, this is good. So that way your coaches can see what each player's bib number is. It might help them identify the players that they saw at the combine. Player photo URL. This is if you want to input player photos, headshots to attach to the draft, and you have publicly accessible headshot URLs that you publish somewhere. You can put those URLs into the Excel sheet to upload them that way. If you don't have that, there's another way to bulk upload the player photos to connect them to the players. From here, you're going to want to select do you rate your players at your combine. When you're calculating their athleticism ability, you put them on a 1 through 5 rating, a 1 through 10, 1 through 100, or is it 1 through 20? You can select whatever works best for your league, and then our algorithm is going to normalize each ranking out of a 1 through 100 scale, so that way each league can put in whatever custom metrics that they use. After this, you'll be able to review your template. When you select download template, you'll get your template to fill out based on the information that you want to put into the draft platform. After you fill out your template, you're going to want to select file. So with the template that I uploaded, after filling it out properly and keeping the columns the same on the template, you can see some of the sample values that I have on my template that's being put in. Last name, first name, date of birth, jersey size, parent name, parent email, parent phone, and the bib number. And then you can see my skill ratings. From here, you'll be able to preview all of your players based on the inputs that you have for them. You can see what skill ranking they're getting based out of 100. And then you'll save these players to your draft. Here you'll want to go to your draft board. So now you can see a sample preview of what teams you have set up. You want to change the order, you can just drag and drop, change the order. Draft checklist is correct. And then you can see all your players here. So next, depending on what you're planning on doing for your draft, come back to your dashboard, make sure everything looks correct. You can do a couple of different things from here. One is you can send your coaches the invites to get them ready for the draft. So this is very easy. You're going to generate the invite code for each team. So there's 3 different ways that you can send the coaches the link to join their draft. One is our manual link that can be found on our website under the For Coaches tab. You can put this code in manually. 2 is if you copy this direct code, you can send them this directly for their team and it'll take them straight to the place where they need to sign in to join their team. Or 3 is to put their email in directly here. You can send them a direct email that has their link and also the instructions on what they need to know to do their draft. So make sure you generate it for each one, send each coach the proper invite code, and they'll have access to the draft from there.